Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today we're going to do the 3-month maintenance on the Dreame L40 Gen 2. So I say 3 months, I haven't done mine. You should do some of this stuff a little bit quicker, but I like to do this video. I'm going to show you the entire maintenance on the Dreame L40 Gen 2. Now I'm going to do a separate video to let you know whether it got the Just a Dad approved sticker or not. Spoiler alert, it's not going to get it. I'll explain all of that in my scorecard in a separate video. So I am going to show you the links to some generic parts. We can save money. So if you have this robot, I can get you some generic parts on my website, justadadapproved.com. If you purchase a product off of my website, and if you want to find the robots that I do approve of, like the Mova P10 Pro and the P10 Pro Gen 2 over there, those are on my website. If you click on those links, the products aren't going to cost you anymore, but I do earn a small commission from the sale. I've purchased over 200 robot vacuum cleaners with my own money, and I want to give you my honest opinion on these robot vacuum cleaners. I've got a proven system of testing them at my home. That's really the only way you can really verify how these robots work. Live with them for 3 months. And that's exactly what I've done. It's back here at the studio. I still need to, I'm going to give it my final score. It's not getting the approval sticker, but normally I wait even after this video because I want to see how well the maintenance is. I kind of know how the maintenance is going to go on this since it's almost identical to the Gen 2 in some aspects. So let's get started. All right, we got some maintenance to do. We got dirty water tank. These things get really stinky. I've got a cleaning hack I'm going to show you. And again, everything I'm going to show you in my video, I've got links to. I got a web page, maintenance tips and all that. And there's upgrades you can do for this robot. So check out justadadapproved.com. Dust bag. We're going to cut that open. Just pull right here. There's the dust bag. It did an okay job of vacuuming. It doesn't come with a solution tank, so there's nothing we can do there. There's no real procedure for washing the wash basin. There's a button you can press and it washes, but it doesn't wash this area. So we got to take this filter out. You can see it catches the hair. We got to clean this ourselves. Now we don't want to get this stuff works great. The scrubbing bubbles, we're going to use that later. I'll show you, but let that soak for a little bit and then we'll wipe that out. This thing is really stinking. So we're going to spray. This stuff kills all the bacteria. So I get asked all the time, do robot vacuum cleaners actually work? Well, they do. Some work better than others, and that's where you can see my ranking and scoring system on my website. So let's cut the dust bag open. This thing picked up a couple flowers. That's funny. So you can see it actually did a decent job of vacuuming. It's just it struggles with mopping. That's its biggest downfall. There's the early testing, and then this is at the home. Lots of dog hair, lots of debris. We will be resetting the maintenance reminders, but I just want to show you real quick. It did an okay job. 63 cycles, 3,400, but I'll go over more of this in my video. Okay, these lint-free cloths work really well. This is a sensor on the front. There's no sensor right here. We want to make sure there's nothing underneath the LiDAR. We are going to turn the robot off. Press the power button for about 5 seconds. Now this is a really important sensor right here. Make sure the bumper's free, no popcorn got down there. This sensor is clean. Lift this up. This is the dust bin. I did do the filter. We got to keep a close eye on this area right here. This filter should be washed every couple weeks. So mine is completely filthy. I should have been on this sooner. I do recommend buying extras of these. And we can save money with generic ones. I've got some good, not all generics are the same, but I did find some good ones. That port is clean. Down here is clean. Flip it over. The mop pads do need freshened up from time to time. Just simply, you can take them off. These aren't too bad a shape. I can throw them in the laundry because these didn't actually mop very well. Normally mop pads that do a good job, these are usually really filthy. But we're gonna wipe this off. I did use some Shark Vac mop solution in the clean water tank, so we'll wipe that off. Wheels are in good shape. Side brush could probably stand to be changed. It's not too bad a shape though, but that screw, when you go to put the new one on, it comes with the screw. Just make sure it's nice and tight. That carpet sensor is good. These are your cliff sensors. Make sure those are clean. And then the main brush roller, this can be washed. And there is an upgrade. Again, if you have this robot, you can upgrade to the tri-cut brush. It's the #1 upgrade. Now the long hairs are designed to go down here, pop this off, and they'll wrap around right here. I don't have a whole lot of hair wrap. I think I had to get it out one other time. So we're gonna wash all of that. Now this area, we got to be very careful. We're gonna wipe that off, but there's a membrane. We want to be very careful of this really thin membrane. We don't want to damage that. So we're gonna take everything to the sink and clean it. I got a link to that brush. It works perfect. All of this on my website. There's the solution I use, Shark Back Mop Solution. And then the cleaning hack is after we clean this with Scrubby Bubbles, every time I empty my dirty water tank, I put an Effort tablet in there. Every time I empty it. So let's get started. All these cleaning tools that you see and everything, all the filters on my website, justadadapproved.com. So this is the funnest part of my job. These are reusable and they get extremely dirty. But they're just super easy to clean. You don't need to use any soap. They just take forever to dry. You got to put them over a heat register or something. Now let's get this stuff soaking. The dustbin it didn't suck up too much water. This thing, it's just not a good mop. I don't know how else to say it. And this brush just works great for everything. These brush rollers get extremely dirty, and when the dirt's on it, it just degrades the performance. But there is foam on the end that is hard to dry. So you got to let it dry in the sun. The door, dustbin, this takes a while to dry, and there's some maintenance we got to do on that spring-loaded door. This very dirty. Don't forget that filter and the base bin. And the stinkiest part is this. So don't forget to scrub the seal, verify the seal is in good shape. Okay, take the same brush that's been soaking. But you can see this does stay relatively clean. It does keep this area clean. It's just this. I wish this was easier to clean, but it's not too bad actually. Take the same rag now. We're going to wipe this off. Wipe off here. Don't get any water inside the robot. And wipe that membrane. Now, if you're like me and you're in a hurry, I'll put a link to this on my website. This is great you can blow these dry. It takes a little bit of work. They don't get perfectly dry. But if you're in a hurry, it is a good way. It'll get the filter sort of dry, but you really should let it dry in the sun. But it can really help with stuff like the dustbin. So I've tested over 15 different generic kits for Movabee 10 Pro and the Dreame L40. This is the best one, this KTN8. I'll put a link to it on my website, justadadapproved.com. It's actually really good. It comes with a tri-cut brush, and that tri-cut brush is almost identical to OEM. The bags are good, side brushes are all good. I compare these to OEM because I buy the OEM stuff. Blue Arcs is okay. It's another one you can save some money on. I do like the KTN8 better, but there's several that I don't like. And so I help you, like this one here, it's like bags no, pads no. They're just they just don't work very well, and they're kind of odd looking. Another good one is this Tosomo. Everything's good on it. So pads, dust bags, everything. But it doesn't come with the tri-cut brush. Again, all of this on my website, justadadapproved. Okay, again, we can save some money with generic bags. Slide this in, make sure that's down and that's open. Slide it and make sure the bag doesn't get in the way. And make sure that's flush and that's flush right there. Then just kind of set the bag. No solution tank. Nice and flush. This is all clean now. Just slide that in. Clicks into place. These are those generic ones I was telling you about. Make sure you engage the Velcro. And they just snap on. If you don't engage the Velcro. Now that's a magnet. That's little pieces of... If you have little pieces of metal in your floor, it will find that magnet will pick it up. Now, if these are not exposed, you may have to rotate it so that they pop out. Then you can attach them. Let's put this together. These will only go one way. There's a square end, and then there's kind of this other end. Let's go down here. Put the square in over here first. This has all been wiped out. Rotates freely. This is all clean. Put the front feet in first. Kind of wiggle it back and forth. Should hear a click, and it's engaged. Side brush is installed, carpet sensor. So I did blow it out with this a little bit. I'll show you. You want to be clear of the carpet sensor, and this has 3 modes. Now, earlier I was telling you there's some maintenance. So when you wash these, you can accidentally move that flap, and I'm going to show you. If that flap, like when I was brushing it, if it gets this way, that's not going to do good. That flap needs to go that way. It's like it lets air in when it's auto empty. There's some maintenance to do on this spring loaded. There was a bunch of hair, and there's still some stuff up underneath this spring. So grab all that hair with a brush, make sure it closes. There's the filter, make sure it's dry. It's got a little handle. There's the seal. The seal goes down and it goes at an angle. This should go on, and this should be nice and flush. Put it in, click it in, nice and flush, and there you go. Turn it on. We're going to reset the maintenance reminders. Should hear a tune. You can also just dock it. That'll turn it on. Okay, let's go into maintenance. Accessory usage. The filter, I did replace it, so let's go ahead and... Now, it needs cleaned every 2 weeks. That reminder's for when you replace it. Side brush has a few more hours on it. The main brush, I just cleaned it, so I didn't replace it. The sensors, I'll reset that. Mops, replace as needed. Dust bag, there's no timer on it. Now again, the sensors are gonna pop. I let those go. That pops up every 30 hours. The filter in the dust bag, that you should do every couple weeks when you first get a robot. You can kind of move that up to about every 3rd week once your house gets pretty clean. That you can let go every 3 weeks. The mop pad's usually about every 2 months. Dust bag every 2 months. And the main brush about every 2 months is when it needs cleaned. So yeah, spoiler alert, the next video, this robot's not going to get my sticker seal of approval. It's definitely a downgrade from the previous L40, even though the original L40 I didn't necessarily recommend because it could leave its mop pads at the base station, but I think there was some problems with that earlier on. So the Mova P10 Pro is just the one to get, and it takes the exact same parts. So those robots are almost identical, except the features. And that Mova P10 Pro Gen 2, it was side by side with this, and it just blew this one away. The Mova P10 Pro Gen 2 mops really good. The dirty water tank on this one is like clear. I don't really understand why it's not mopping the best. I checked the water, I had the same solution. It's just not a very good mopping robot. The Mova P10 Pro Gen 1 is a better one. So again, everything you saw, rest assured, if it's a robot that I recommend, it's going to have this video. It's going to have how to set it up, how I'm going to show you a review so that you can see, is mine actually working like yours worked? But the main thing is, it's going to have save some money with parts. That is the nice thing about this Mova P10 Pro and the Dreame L40. This is a very popular robot. It's like 5 models now, take the exact same parts. So lots of generic ones out there, but I only found 3. And I found one that was a real steal that had the tri-cut brush in it. And I thought the tri-cut brush will be just awful, but no, it's just as good as OEM. So again, take KTN8. It's going to be on my website, justadadapproved.com. Up at the top, you'll see robot care and fixes. I got upgrades for these robots. So again, if it's a robot that I highly recommend, it's going to have all these videos for it. So even though this one does, it's not going to get my sticker seal of approval. So again, thanks everybody. Any tools you can find on the website, justadadapproved.com. Again, if you purchase anything off my website or from the video description, I am an Amazon affiliate. If the product's not going to cost you anymore, but I do earn a small commission from the sale. It's a way of helping support my channel. I love what I do. I want to get you the best robot for the best price. This is home of the honest review. I purchase these robot vacuum cleaners with my own money, and I want to get you the best robot. What's a robot vacuum cleaner that I would recommend to my friends and family? The Mova P10 Pro still. Because guess what? If I recommend them a bad robot, and it's giving them a lot of trouble, who are they going to call? They're going to call me. And so I want to get them a robot that's A, going to do a good job cleaning, my reputation's on the line, and B, it's not going to be a hassle. They're not going to be calling me, helping me, wanting me to help them set it up, or they're having problems with it. So again, Mova P10 Pro Gen 1. The Gen 2 is just as good. I got the video where I compare the two. It's a little bit more expensive, but if you want a mopping robot. So again, justadadapproved.com. Thanks, everyone.